I'm going to share with you a little bit of my process to make frame-by-frame animations in Photoshop and Premiere. I start with an image. In this case it is a picture of my family and it is part of my master project, reproduction. The first thing I do is to separate the bodies from the background, so I can move and modify it as I want. Then I select all the contour with the pen tool, then click on paths, then click on make selection. Then I duplicate twice that layer that has the bodies. I always leave a base layer to be used later, and I start working with the second duplicate layer. The editing process I perform is really very simple. I apply changes in the scale and angle of each layer, duplicate the new layer, apply again changes in the scale and angle, duplicate the new layer again, and so on. It is a repetitive action to achieve a fractal type pattern, which is the concept I am exploring in my project. Once I have the design I want, I click on the bottom where it says Create Frame Animation. Then I deselect all the previously duplicated layers to start generating the movement layer by layer from the beginning in the animation line. This is done by clicking on the eye that appears on the left side of each layer. Clicking on it means that I want to show that layer. When I remove the eye, the layer is hidden. The action here again is repetitive. I create a frame, I click on the layer. I create another frame, I click on the next layer, and so on until I achieve the movement I want. Giving enter in the spacebar, I can see the movement of the animation. Also, I can modify the speed, which can be from 0 to 10 seconds per frame. In this case I am using 0 seconds. That is to say no delay. In this first design I wanted to make a kind of spiral, but with a modification of the angle to give a sense of movement. I really like how the three bodies become one, and how the image stops being figurative and becomes something more biomorphic. In this second design the editing actions are the same that I described before, but with the difference that I only modify the scale, I don't apply any change in the angle. So, this design goes to the center. Once I have the animation that I want, I click on File, Export, Render Video. I name the video, I check the format, in this case I want it to be H264, preset of high quality. The size of 1920 by 1080 pixels. I make sure that the range is of all the frames, and finally click on Render. This way I get my animation frame by frame but exported in MP4 video format. And here I can see my animation. I start animating now in Premiere. I take the animation and multiply it by applying a change by right-clicking. Speed, duration, reverse speed. This way the animation I made repeats back and forth or vice versa depending on what I want. Here I do the same with this other design that I made. And the same with this other design. Then I begin to explore. In this case the stop motion animation is on a static image and what generates the movement is the reproduction of that image. This goes according to the concept that I am handling in my project. Here I take each of the three designs and place them in a row to generate a different movement. Here I wanted to see how the two spiral designs look like and generate a sense of twists and turns. It is also possible to explore by masks. In this case I made a circular mask over the clip, eliminating the background and multiplying the circle several times. I also applied the 3D Basic tool to rotate the clips so that they all face the center. As for the concept of my project, the centered designs are intentional, as I want to embrace the notion of inside out and outside in. This idea is related to my bodily experience of giving birth to a baby. Here I multiplied several times the clip and also the circular mask on top to generate a pattern. I also wanted to explore that while some go outwards others go inwards to see how the movement looks like. I think that's what I like the most about audio-visual and editing. That everything can be possible with multiple tools and effects and your imagination and curiosity. I hope you liked this video and let me know what you think. Thanks.